Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today it's time for another episode of Starmade. Oh guys, I really want to do something else than working on the mothership, but I think there's just so much stuff that we could potentially do on here that I am having a hard time to get away from it at the moment. So yeah, there's at least one more thing that I want to do. There's a lot of things that I need to do off camera, such as finishing the cool effect on the array, on the cannon thing in front of there. And of course also some of the interior stuff. I want to apply some of the suggestions that you have given me in the previous episode. In the previous episode, by the way, we have reached this many likes. Can we do better this time? I would really appreciate it, guys. You would make me really happy if we can beat the view-like ratio of the previous episode. This shall be your goal, and my goal is to think of something that we could do today. So I think I will pick out one of the comments from one of the previous episodes where they were talking about shaping the wing a little bit differently, namely letting the bottom kind of transits into the top slowly and fluently, so it kind of looks more like a wing. Right now it's a little bit of a bulky thing. You can't really point out what's wrong with it, but there's definitely something wrong with it. So I think today we shall try to kind of finish the outer shapes of the wings. And this will hopefully result in some more ideas, especially what we could do with the interior of the wing. That would be good to finally figure out. But other than that, I would say I'm gonna prepare myself just a tiny little bit and then I'll be right back. So see you in a second. Okay, so however the heck are we going to do this? I think we are going to start by removing a bunch of things here at the bottom, and we're gonna try to outline a little bit of a better structure. Now once again, this is of course a point where we have to wing it again as good as possible in the literal meaning of the word. So how are we gonna do this? I think I'm gonna leave this bottom row right here, and we're gonna try to go up a little bit faster than we did before, maybe in stages, so it goes up like here with a little edged area right there, then we can go straight again, then we can go up again, straight up, and the last bit we're gonna do straight, so we have like a 5-block thick wing at the end. And how this whole thing is gonna turn out, we shall actually see. Okay, so what do you think? If we went up like this, I mean, we could smooth this out to make it look a little bit better. And then we went straight right here and then up again. We of course would also have to fix something on the other side, so it kind of gradually goes upwards. Oh geez, this is gonna be more complex than I thought. Well, anyways, we're still gonna attempt to do it. We're just gonna go up here, and then from here on we want to go straight again, and then we take the diagonal route once again. Where are we so far? I'm not sure, guys. We just have to finish it and see, and if it doesn't work out, we'll have to do some corrections once again until everyone is happy, or almost everyone is happy. Okay, look at that. It actually added almost up. I think this is a good thickness for the final part of the wing. You now have to imagine this whole part at the bottom right here will be gone, basically. So let's go ahead and we are gonna remove a whole bunch of things right here. Let's see if we can actually manage to do that in a reasonable manner. Yeah, we can remove this part like so. Perfect. And we probably want to keep this bottom part. We just want to get rid of the grayish area right here. And of course everything that is below the wings right now. So we're just gonna remove all of this. Remove. But oh yeah, just removing a little bit of that stuff, I can already see it coming along nicely, a little bit better. So I'm thinking what we could do for the other side of the wing is do it a little bit more straight or diagonally. So maybe if we went from this pillar right here all the way down in a diagonal fashion, we would land somewhere around here, and this is where we will have to fix it with the other side. We kind of have to make it transist smoothly while still maintaining the winglet shaped structure. So yeah, I have absolutely no idea how this thing is actually gonna turn out. So maybe let's do just what I said. We are gonna go straight down from here. That should be good. And we just have to make this diagonal staircase all the way down until we reach the bottom. Okay, there we go. I kind of outlined the diagonal pattern. Now this is not going to be easy to connect and hook up. We'll definitely have to think about how exactly we want to achieve that. But I think one thing we could already do is kind of make the connections using black standard armor like so. And I just see that I totally miscalculated that. How could I see this so differently? So I think we're just gonna connect it up like so in order to fix that. Yeah, that should be good. And we can just remove those pillars eventually. And of course this whole wing, this whole downside right here is not gonna be here anymore. So I guess I'm gonna do a little bit more of a removing job, and then I'll be right back. Okay guys, there we go. I've removed most of the stuff that needs to be removed, and I think in order to smoothly hook this kind of asymmetrical pattern up with each other, we are gonna have to do some trickery. Now for the first part right here, it's not gonna be too hard. We're just gonna grab our gray standard armor and we can fill up the bottom layer right here. Right, okay, and now we are at the first intersection where things are going a little bit differently. While we are going straight here, we are still going down right here. So maybe what we should do right here is we're gonna go as per usual. Right here we're gonna fill this up with the gray armor, but we'll have to bring it one down right here, just as far as it needs to be. So this one we can hook up like so. Then the next one right here would go up 2 staircases or 2 times, and then the idea is that this kind of arc gradually increases the further we go, of course. So the third one would make something like that, go up even higher, and slowly and surely we are forming a curve right here, which ought to look very nice on the wing. I'm not sure yet. So maybe let me just finish that with this first part and then we'll have a look at it together. Okay, there we go. The first part has been done. Now the second part would result in a more gradual curve again, and then we again would have a more extreme one like this edge right here. And yeah, this might actually turn out the way we want it to. So let me just go ahead and finish all of this part. I'm gonna clean it up a little bit, check out what else we can do, and then I'm gonna present you with the results. Alright guys, let me show you the fruit of my labor. You can already see that from the front the wing looks a lot better. Now there's one slight little problem, that we might want to have a little curve on the top as well. Right now it looks a little bit too bulky on the beginning, contrary to the thin wing at the end right here. Now ignore the middle part just yet. We are gonna make some huge vent looking things in the front, and at the back we're gonna make some thrustery looking things. But let's just have a look at the back side too, so you can see how it kind of transists inwards, and we have a really nice little area right here where we can, I don't know, knock ourselves out. We can build anything we want here, and we have like a little room area where we could, for instance, place a bunch of windows so people can have a look outside. This could be like an observatory or of some sorts, I don't know. I think this was even one of the suggestions, or was that on Space Engineers? I don't even remember. But anyhow, you can see how this kind of nicely transists into each other. It also looks rather nice from the bottom. Now you have to imagine if we wedged this all the way up, then it looks rather nice. But if I've learned anything from the wedging jobs I've done previously, it is best to build all the details first, that don't include wedges, and after that, in the final part, we're gonna add the edges. But yeah guys, what do you think of that? I think it is so much better. It makes a lot of a difference. So maybe we can already go ahead and start building a room right here, which we are gonna, I don't know, decorate. We're gonna make it look like an observatory. Maybe we're even gonna make like a glass dome on the top of it of some sorts. And of course we shall also continue our hallway through here so that we can conveniently go into the hangar area, which is huge. Man, this ship is just humongous. I'm constantly pressing shift, by the way. This is the normal movement speed that I would usually have. We're just not reaching the points where we want to go. So now before we move on to the next part, I also want to bring to your attention, if you haven't already heard it, that I do have a new microphone, and right now I'm not exactly happy with all the settings. It sounds a little bit like I'm in a bigger room than I am. So if I get a little bit closer to the microphone, you can hear that all of the reverb is basically gone. And right now here, this is too extreme. So I will have to find some settings before it is really a good microphone. So just give me an episode or two until I figured out the perfect positioning and how I could do it with a microphone stand and so on and so forth. But other than that, I think the quality will be a lot better once I have set it up correctly. But enough battling around, let's go ahead and do some stuff. Okay, so first of all, we want to fill this up with a gray hull, and I think I want to do it as from here. Yeah, that should be good. Are we still with our symmetry plane? Yes, we are. I've previously made changes, huge changes, and I forgot to set the symmetry plane, and after that I cried myself to sleep. True story. Okay, so how will this turn out? We definitely have to do something about the flooring. It needs to somehow have like a nice pattern to it. So let's see, what is the exact center of this thing? I actually don't know, so maybe we just take this as the center right here. Yeah, that could be an idea. We just continue this huge pathway upwards, and we're just gonna hope that this is eventually gonna lead into the center of this room. So let me just finish the flooring right here, and I'll be right back as soon as we get to the path. Okay, so the entire flooring is filled out. That is a good thing. So we are going to continue this lava pattern, though we are gonna make the pathway a little bit smaller. So if we went, for instance, like this, we are gonna go inwards just a tiny little bit, maybe until we reach this area, like so. And this is gonna be the final size of our pathway. So we're gonna do the same thing on the other side, like so. And now we have a smaller pathway, which will look rather nicely, I hope. So I think what we're gonna do is actually make a bridge on top of this, and right here at the bottom we can have a small little area where we store a bunch of imaginary things, for instance mech robots of some sorts. I don't know, we can try to build a bunch of those, which of course are not gonna be functional, but still we can have a lot of fun just decorating stuff around and then have a look at it. Anyhow, we're gonna continue our bridge or pathway right up to here, and then we're just gonna move upwards along what we have already built so far. So not too much of a thinking process going on here. Okay, here we go. We have reached the top, at least with one of those guys. Let's do it with the other one as well. There we go. And now how do we want to do the rest? Do we want to do it with black armor? I think I don't want to go with the eyes or whatever the heck that is. We might want to make like a division right here. So we're kind of starting to go with black right here. And of course we're gonna have to remove all of that stuff as well. Okay, there we go. That's done. Now we can start to fill this all the way up. And we're just gonna make a little pathway out of it. How will that actually look? I think we'll have to do some adjustments here and there. But you know, just for immersion purposes, for the time being, we can have a halfway done hallway, basically. Nobody's gonna arrest us for that. Okay, there we go. The only thing that needs to be done is right here. Okay, there we go. The path. Oh man, this looks incredibly cool. Look at that, guys. Oh man, let's just imagine if we have some statues on the side, for instance, and this would be a really cool walkway towards the observatory. And yeah, I think I'm definitely gonna, I don't know, just dig out an area right here, and you will be able to see the top of the dome, though I'm not yet entirely sure how I would accomplish that. But yeah, we're gonna need a lot less struts and we're gonna need a lot of glass. Though I do have a lot of glass, this might actually be enough. But yeah, now we kind of have to outline this observatory. We have to give it, you know, some lighting effect. So maybe we are gonna go with the ice crystal theme. What do you think? We probably have to do that anyways, if I think about it. I mean, we have to somehow light it up. So maybe, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna have this all outlined in crystals, and then it will look a lot less triste, which I don't think is English, but it might be French for sad. But who cares, as long as I don't talk Goeder Welsh, everything should be fine. Okay, there we go. This is already much better. I mean, we cannot see the center of the room, but we can already see the outline, which is, you know, it helps a lot. But anyhow, we kind of have to make this into a room, so I guess we are gonna do something like a wallish area right here. We're not gonna need as many blocks, 8 will do apparently. Now, do we want to make this black or gray? I want to make it gray. Yes, that's exactly what I wanted. And we want to place another wall like so. And now we're just gonna continue the pattern up until right here. Maybe I should have set the symmetry plane, though I don't think they have the same shape, so the symmetry plane would actually fail. Anyhow, we need to fill this area up as well, which we have done now, and this one right here could now be the entrance. So we're gonna try to make some kind of an archway, maybe like so. What do you think? Is this the center? No, actually we have to go out one more block like so, and we're gonna do the same thing right here, and this is probably the area we're gonna fill up with plex doors or whatever the heck we want. We could also go for another type of door, though I do only own the plex doors currently. Anyhow, what do you think? I don't think this necessarily looks great. Yeah, this already looks a lot better, but still, I'm not happy. We have to fill this out with all black for it to look almost acceptable. Yeah, like this I'm much happier. Now we only have to make like the outline. We have to make a strut maybe right here. Should we do it right here? So we're just gonna have a pillarish thing going up all the way to here, so it insets the door somewhat like this. Yeah, that looks already much better. I'm not sure how it will actually look on YouTube. But there we go, this is our observatory room. Now we will tend to the windows, so maybe we're gonna add a bunch of windows right here, and I don't want as many struts as we have currently. So maybe right here we're gonna have some ice crystals as well, instead of those pillars. And then I don't know, I think what I'm gonna do now is just fill this up with glass blocks for the time being, and then we are gonna remove the struts that we think are still too much. But yeah, let me just fill this up with a glass and then we will judge together. Okay guys, look at that. Oh my gosh, I'm actually really fond of it. What I don't like so much yet is that the bottom right here is quite flat. We will have to do like a strut, like some decoration in the center, and we'll have to fix crazy stuff that happened right here. But you know, what I'm thinking is adding like a towerish structure like we have here, a strut that is like outsetting from the normal part right here. But yeah, for the time being, I'm actually quite happy. I've been at it for several hours, well, several, maybe 1.5 hours in order to accomplish this, taking everything apart, rethinking it a little bit. And now slowly but surely we can go to the detail work of this entire structure. We need a solution right here. We're probably gonna add some kind of a thruster module, and as I mentioned on the other side, some kind of an air intake, or well, in space, maybe a vent. It doesn't matter. This is one of those cool motherships that can also go down to planets, so we will have to have an air intake as well. But yeah, let me know in the comment section what you think about it. Are there some specific things that we could change about it to make it a whole lot better? I for myself think that maybe if we shaped the top slightly differently, then it would make a huge effect. Well guys, so there's almost no time to do anything else in this episode, so I think I will wrap it up. I do hope you enjoyed it. I will wait for your feedback. Also, let me know what exactly you want to see in the next episode. This episode also has been dominated by one single comment which suggested to shape the wings a little bit differently. He actually was going into more specifics. Unfortunately, I didn't find this comment anymore, but let me know what you want to see and I will pick out something that I fancy and I will actually dedicate an episode to it. So you definitely have the influence, don't forget about that. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching and leaving your support on this episode. Have a great time and hopefully I'm gonna catch you the next time. Bye bye.